Nemo?
I say Nemo, yeah.
It's probably Nemo though, right?
Do you say Eva? Eva?
It's not A, it's
Eva.
E.
You get stuff in your teeth. The one crooked one you get. Right there, exactly.
You get booger in your nose.
For real. Nah.
I'm not
Are you
joking.
for real?
Did they say Nemo before the movie Finding Nemo came out? Do people always call this Nemo Street or do people call it Nemo Street?
I don't think anyone says Nemo. Would you say Nemo?
I wouldn't say Nemo.
No, it's
Only because
Hawaiian.
all the other street names are Hawaiian, so...
No, it's probably supposed to be Nemo. No more enough Hawaiian words to make all the
Oh
streets
no,
on
I
Oahu.
know that for sure. Like the street that we were supposed to live on, they were like making up the names of the street.
Yeah.
And it was Ohanahana. I was like, what does that mean? And they said, oh, working families. I was like, that's not what that means.
Anyway, tell us how you pronounce the street and tell us where you're from. All right, guys, we're here today to showcase our up-and-coming listing in Makakilo. We'll go in, I'll tell you some of the things that we did to get this thing ready for staging. Photography's tomorrow. You'll see the before and after the glow up. I just want to point out, there's a little noise in the background. But tell me not, when your neighbors detail their car, two neighbors are detailing their car, by the way. I just feel like neighbors that detail their car and leaf blow the car to dry it,
I want that neighbor.
that neighbor is not making problems,
That
right?
neighbor is not making problems. That neighbor is keeping the value of their home tight, and so is mine now. They care for their things. They have pride in their ownership.
Right.
That's the kind of neighbor I want.
I have a neighbor like that every weekend. Cars pristine, yards pristine. We're the bad neighbor. So when I see all these neighbors detailing, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
So to give you a little context, this is actually my listing personally, but it's our team, so it's everyone's listing in that sense. But officially it's my list. This is a client that I've worked with personally. I know a little bit more of the nuance about the home, so you get my perspective in terms of pointing things out, etc. And then Mahe is kind of in the discovery phase a little bit. You did show it to a client.
I did. So I'm going to be more like a buyer's agent on this one because I'm learning about this. I'm stepping in as somebody who has clients who are looking in Makakilo for a single family home and who that could be a fit for.
Just walking up, she goes, hey, I don't know there's stucco homes. There aren't very many homes with the tile roof either.
Yeah.
So just those two items, tens of thousands of dollars in difference,
Yeah.
if not more.
A lot of neighborhoods in Makakilo, like Kahivelo area, sometimes one side of the street you can't park on, so it can be busy with people who are, you know, if they want their garage space to have like things in it and they don't park in their garage, street parking can be hard. But this side has wide streets that allow parking on either side, and they have an extra parking pad here, which for me would be valuable.
1, 2,
Like easily 3 cars.
4.
4.
And she had a Volkswagen, so you could get 4 plus the garage, potentially 5, 6. I'm always careful to say 8 parking or whatnot because I don't want you holding me to it. Say, Derek, my 8 F350s didn't fit.
Even if you had big cars, at least 4 parking. The fronts of the homes, there's only like one other neighbor that you're looking at here.
It's interesting, it's kind of private. You know, you're on a corner. Corner lots can be highly sought after.
That's
But you only
big.
have one neighbor that you are facing. So if you're coming from a townhome or a condo and begrudgingly a growing family that didn't want to go single family, maybe you want more neighbors to talk to and, you know, you cut each other's grass. This is more so you only have one neighbor that you would regularly see. The other neighbors are over there. That neighbor's facing the other way.
Oh,
that neighbor's facing the other
I
way.
see. I'm like, there's not even driveway
Yeah, the front
next
door
to
is
you.
not here. Their driveway is over there.
This is like an interesting little block right here.
And then this, the way the level changes, it just, you wouldn't really interact with them. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it really has more of a private kind of feel. I'm gonna go a little unconventional. I'm gonna reveal through the garage. Bear in mind, we're still doing a few things. We haven't staged yet. Mahe was just saying before we started filming, we always tend to coordinate on filming these. Wear the same colors. You know, another thing I noticed, you always wearing heels on Thursdays.
These are
6 inches taller.
very light platform. They're 1 inch, 1.5 inch.
One of the reasons my client bought this home originally was she did glass work and she liked this garage for doing things.
Yeah.
So usually that's like a male choice of like having this workshop garage. That was her choice.
There's so much storage.
Quartz countertops. You can see here, nice sink under counter basin. It's not something you typically find in the garage.
Like a lot of time when they put all that storage stuff in, you just really shrink it down. You're like, well, there's no way I'm getting 2 cars in there now. But I mean, this garage was already big to begin with, so
Right.
I don't feel like we lost any functionality with the addition of this stuff here.
Let us know what you think about the garage. Let's go back to the front door.
Is this solar? This one has solar?
It does have solar.
Okay.
So I said stucco, tile roof, in addition, solar. Kenji will hopefully show some of the other homes around the neighborhood. They just look like your regular Kapolei, Eva Beach, etc. The other homes in the neighborhood, still very nice, board and batten, siding, shingle roof, but kind of more typical. This home has a different level of finish. Another thing that adds value to a home, you just got plantation shutters.
I did.
How much were yours?
I mean, it's not going to be the same because I don't know.
Oh, he gave you the hookup.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Daryl Psyche, one of the fans of the channel who we refer some of our clients to for
We often
plantation
refer our
shutters.
clients to, and he does a great job for them all the
I
time.
wish he did
Yeah.
my house.
I
The
know.
people who did my house.
We didn't know him when you did your house though, right?
We didn't know him then, and the people who did my house kind of sort of ghosted.
Adding the plantation shutters just really like makes things look more expensive.
And this would be, I don't know, 15, 20
Easy
grand.
for like every bedroom in here.
20 grand
Yeah.
of plantation shutters. And the reason why that's important is when you're buying the house, you're valuing an additional 10 or 20,000, and so you write an offer that meets the value of the home. You're able to get that 10 or 20 wrapped into a 30-year mortgage, right? If you were gonna buy this home for 20,000 less, but then go invest 20,000 out of your pocket, that just hurts in a different way for some people, right? I like when certain things that I would have already done are already done to a house, because it's in a 30-year mortgage. If I want to choose to attack that principle, then I attack it. If not, I don't. The banister, the railing, all this stuff was brown.
I would hate that. Well, I like that kind, like banisters and like post and pier and like country. Like I don't like wrought iron.
I see where you're going. I didn't know that you like that kind of.
I do. Yeah.
When you said post and pier, I saw where you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fresh paint throughout the whole home, bright white doors and trims and freshened, sort of warm.
Did she upgrade the flooring herself? Like when she bought it?
Yeah, so the flooring is Cali vinyl. Everything is luxury vinyl plank. Let's keep it 100, right? It's not cheap flooring. This is more expensive flooring, $6 plus per square foot. And then shout outs to John, who added, this was tile, he added vinyl plank in here. So imagine that brown.
Yeah, definitely.
Different lighting, and this was older tile.
And like chandelier and all kinds of, it looks nice and clean and modern now.
Brand new appliances, brand new fridge, dishwasher. When it came to the fridge, she said, make sure it's not the kind that has that's known to have the ice maker that messes up. Because I guess some Samsungs, there's like a class action lawsuit, I'm not sure. She didn't want that kind for the new owner. So this is the type of person that they're gonna give thorough disclosures. They're not gonna hide it. They're just a really solid owner and seller. And so she wanted to make sure it was a good fridge and a good ice maker. There were cheaper dishwashers. She said, no. We're trying to sell at a healthy price. She said, make sure the wife would love the dishwasher. Not just pride of ownership, but pride of transaction too.
Yeah.
Which you can't always say. Brand new sliding door going on into this outdoor space. Rate this outdoor space for me. So our listing media team will be here tomorrow. I'll be here with my leaf blower blowing the leaves out in front. I'll be here to clean things up. But what do you guys think about this backyard? Our painter asked me if he could have the fireplace. I said, no, you cannot have the fireplace.
This looks like a really nice place to just like chill and relax. Put some chairs out here, have the fire pit there, be in and out of the jacuzzi. Yeah, I like it. And there's more grass on that side too.
This is turf. I actually really like that part of it's turf because it's gonna be perfect and beautiful, but then you still have real grass over there.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not taking care of any of it, but I can see the turf decision because this will be real annoying to weed whack. You have the real yard over there and in the front, and so for someone like you who has a plant problem, you can go ham over there.
Oh, and all the way around here too.
You can go pot it over here.
Yeah.
So this is actually pretty big. Yeah?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Young kid kind, you could still quick catch, throw the football, kick a little soccer ball. It's just big enough for that. Let's keep it real. Part of this is showcasing our new listing and the glow up. In fact, that's the main point. The other part is you go to coreteamhawaii.com for all your real estate needs and if you need to sell a home, because these are all things that we help coordinate, right? The pressure washing, the handyman doing a ton of things.
And also, I wish you had
companies.
like before, like the pre-glow up pictures of before all the recommendations got done, because I'm sure that looked completely different too.
That would be good, selfishly, but you don't want to see the home with brown. You don't want to show that when you're selling it.
I love this, and I would do like some eureka palms right around on the outside.
What's a eureka palm?
They're like the bunches of like smaller, skinnier palms that go up like this. And they use it a lot for like coverage between houses. Not that there's anybody looking in from over here, but I think it would make it, but like the smaller ones. Yeah, the small ones.
Like a potted version?
Yeah, because then it would just give it like a jungle oasis feel. in the jacuzzi area.
Yeah, I mean, white vinyl fence is expensive and nice, but I could do that too. And those are low maintenance, right?
Very low
Take
maintenance.
those palms around
Yeah.
here. Remember, today's staging, tomorrow's images, so I got some time to do a few of these things. I met the landscaper who takes care of this yard.
Yeah.
Super local brother. He watches the YouTube. Shout outs to Kaipo.
Hey.
There was all dirt here. He leveled it, installed all these plants. There were less plants here, so he moved some down. He was chopping the
Oh yeah.
monstera or
I
something.
love it. Lots of tropicals.
He did a good job.
And again, with like the next door neighbor's home not being on the same level as your home, I like that. I can be outside and I can't see nobody from over there. Even though these homes are like, compared to like mainland homes on top of each other, like it's nice when you have like a terrace and like an uneven lot next to your neighbor. That way it feels more private. Gates on either side of the
Gates
house.
on either side,
Yeah.
so if you have a pet, perfect.
Yeah.
I didn't even
well, we don't know
notice
if they
that.
work yet though, so.
Mahe's pointing out that there are these outlets outside. It would be perfect for putting your Christmas lights on these two
Oh
trees.
yeah.
I'm
Or even
try-
just because you naturally want to make this like an outdoor living space, right? And you want to use this space, so
plug in your phone.
plugging whatever in. I'm thinking like tea light, like overhang tea light stuff, like, and it's nice to have like a thing here and run it from here. I'm having ideas.
Would you put a gazebo out here?
I would want one right here.
Right here.
Right here.
Okay. I like for an outdoor space to flow into a gazebo. However, this is already pretty cherry.
Yeah.
I could do it over there too.
I just feel like it would be perfect here. Like
It would.
between the two things that
It would be.
you know.
Yeah, it would be. Okay, let's go check out the upstairs.
We didn't even look at the downstairs.
Oh, okay, let's go check out the downstairs. All fresh paint. Again, timing, logistics. This will all be gone for pictures.
That's nice.
Bigger pantry. Not all homes in Hawaii have pantries, especially at the, closer to 1.2, 1.3 million dollar range. In a place like Makakilo, Mililani, you may not have that. You may not have this little bit of island. You may not have a dining plus a office or den or man cave or living room or extra bonus space.
I think when I first came in here to show it for our other clients, that was my first impression, was that there was like a lot of community space in this house that you could make whatever you wanted.
Sometimes I went and looked at a $1.8 million home in Mililani recently, and they had, a man cave and or an office or a den plus a breakfast room plus a dining room or breakfast room, dining room, living room. They had all the things, but it felt like, at Home Alone, like Kevin McAllister's house, where it's chopped and segregated.
Yeah.
It felt like that, felt choppy. I think that this home both has all the bonus, but because of the loft, because of the way this is open, it feels open.
And the pony wall.
It has an open feel, but still has a lot of space.
For me, as like a mom of a teenager and another soon-to-be teenager, I like this because I think as families, we tend to like crave a little bit of distance and space when we're at home. And so it's like just everybody in their separate rooms, where you could have the space to be doing all the different things right around each other and still have your community and still have your family all right near you. So for me, I like that. I like having the flow into spaces here. I feel like I'd see my kids more in a house like this.
So I was looking at a home recently. Shout out to our clients, Jeff and Maria. We talked about this because they have a bigger, closer to 3,000 big home. And he said his favorite home was 2,200 square foot. The homes I've been looking at, there's ones that are around 2,000 and there was one closer to 3,000. And I went in there and it was after Christmas when my kids had just gotten toys and we were a little more distant. And I was like, I want a bigger house than I currently have, and I want more space and openness. But I felt kind of sad. I was like, my family will I have to like text my kids in this house. But in this house, this could be my wife's library or my office or the kids' gaming room or something. But we still kind of right next to each other. So for me, I actually would prefer this over the 3,000 square foot house. Another thing, in-home laundry. That's another thing that probably made the garage feel bigger.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that the laundry isn't in the garage. We'll check it upstairs. How you feel about this?
What about it?
This was this big, ugly chandelier before. Way better, right?
Yeah.
The owner went to the mainland and I was like, Derek, it's on you. Make design choices. Tell me where to send the checks for the contractors. I was like, me? It was this big, ugly chandelier. It had to get changed.
Yeah, it's 2025. We don't do big, ugly chandeliers anymore.
Actually, I'm proud of myself on that one.
Oh, good job, Derek.
I'm proud of myself.
Proud of you.
right.
I'm proud of you too.
Okay, so my cleaner, shout outs to Alan and Leticia, did a great job. One thing is there was some stuff in this light fixture. So I'm just washing that out, but big primary bedroom, right? Yeah.
With a walk-in closet. So when I come and I'm doing showings for our clients, I'm talking about like how big of a bed can you fit in the space? Where would the bed end? Can you fit an end table there? Yes. So big bed could be here centered on this wall. Big bed could be here centered on this wall, and you'd still have room on either side. And the depth of the room is good so that you could have stuff over here if you wanted, or you could even do stuff over there.
What about bed here?
You could definitely put bed there.
Yeah, because then you're looking out at trees.
You could have even like sitting room. This room is
if
big.
the bed's here, yeah, you have like a sitting reading thing right there.
Or even like a little work desk if you wanted to.
You know, I used to work at the ceiling fan place, so I'm very capable of changing a piece of glass.
It'd be so funny if that thing just went douche
if
right after.
Dish fell, that would have been what would you do out here?
I would do another little sitting area, like another small like lounge area. Upstairs, I just want to come and lay down and be like relaxed upstairs because there's so many different spaces.
To get away from, this is like I'm getting away from other people, relax.
I'm not working, I don't need an office space up here. Like I feel like downstairs has enough different spaces to accomplish all that. I feel like upstairs is where we relax.
This is one of the better rooms. If I'm a kid, I'm going for this room. A lot of light, see trees outside, and then you can see Bullhead Mountain over there. Hawaiian
Islands, this is a big room. You could fit a king in here.
Well, I mean, got one.
Slow motion the eye roll.
You could fit a bed, and you could potentially put
twins too.
Two twins.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could do two twins, or two twins this way, and or you could still have a bed and room for a desk.
Yeah, for sure. A queen and a desk would be like. There's a lot of different uses you could use for this room.
You have a teenager. Full queen, whatever, and like a gaming thing.
That's Joey's
right
dream.
here.
This is not my client, this is Derek's listing. If I'm looking at this for my buyer clients, if I have to pick something to be negative about, it's just that we have only 3 designated bedrooms. For some people, that's not enough. I'm looking for myself, I'm not worried about that because there's just so much space and it's flexible. To me, this is 2 living rooms that we're in right now, this side and that side, because naturally you walk in, you're like, oh, okay, like a designated dining, and then you're over here, you're like, never mind, like that's what this could be over here.
Having a breakfast room and a dining room is kind of played out, right? I feel like a lot of people are gonna go dining room there and then do another
just
sitting,
a separate, like
chilling.
2 like living style. Maybe one side is more entertainment, one side is more lounge. So to me, there's so much like shared communal space in this house, as well as this room, which to me is very easy to enclose and pop a closet in there if you really wanted to have that designated bedroom. And also for me, when I'm thinking like 5-10 years from now, dad living with me, this kind of space would be important because we have a space that we could easily set up a bed in, have all the kitchen and all the living space down here, and have a full bathroom downstairs. So even if we're aging in place or we have kupuna or mother-in-law or whoever that's gonna move in with us, there's a lot of spaces that are flexible. So to me, I think the one downside is it's 3 bedroom, but there's so much other stuff, so much other extra space that I think that the pros probably would outweigh the cons if that were the con for me.
Tell us what your situation is. Would you rather have a 3 bedroom with more open space or a 4 bedroom? A lot of people want the 4th bedroom just for the office, but if you could have the office there or in the loft or whatever, which one would you prefer? I'm looking at homes right now and there's a 4 bedroom, they're so overpriced, but we're interested in, and we would actually take down the wall to the 4th bedroom because we don't want the 4th bedroom. We have 2 kids. If we're gonna have an office, we don't wanna be in a
I thought you were gonna say if we were gonna have another kid.
No, hell no. If we're going to have an office, we'd prefer it to be a little bit open, and so we don't want the 4th bedroom. Even 3,000 square foot home, I'd rather go a 3 bedroom with big open space and a place that you could put up a door and make it a bedroom if you needed to. I personally don't want 4 bedrooms. I don't want people coming and staying in my house. Last thing I'll say about the home, and then we'll show you guys a thing or two in Makakilo, the owner and the person that you're buying this home from. When it came to this door, this thing was a little sticky. And it didn't really lock good. And I was like, hey, don't worry about it. It's not gonna affect the sales price because people are gonna lock this door, who cares? She said, nope, it's a really nice high-end screen door. I want the lock fixed. So the lock is fixed. The sliding door, we could have just changed like a handle and salvaged those sliding doors. There's not a lot wrong with it, but the owner said no. The family that's gonna live in there and give me a healthy offer, they're gonna lead right into this outdoor space. This is a key feature of the home and I want them to have a new door. So there's a new door. Crazy, right? The outlets that were there were fine, but now we have these new modern white outlets. I'm a cynic and a pessimist at times, and that plays into your favor when you're working with us. When you go to coreteamhawaii.com, you go to the bottom, you end up working with our team. I'm like, how are you trying to screw me? How are you trying to mess me out? It's not always that you're buying from an owner who is thinking ahead of you and taking care. Today's world with these insurance issues and HOA increases, in fact, probably 3 times we've caught owners and agents
at least 3 times now
hiding that there are assessments or HOA increases that we would eventually discover, but discover 25 days into the escrow, about to close because they knew the board meetings were about to come out or whatever. That's the kind of BS that we catch at times. And you have this owner who's telling me, the agent, who's telling her, we'll sell it for X amount. That will make a huge difference. She's saying, no, make it high quality. So that's the kind of person you want to buy a home from.
Yeah, because there's a Malama market in Haleiwa too, and it's always the same stuff as Foodland.
And this is my cutty.
Yeah, so it's Foodland. It's baby Foodland.
That.
It's baby Foodland.
Yeah, heard her saying steak plate.
Must be Thursday's steak plate up here.
Steak plate day, yeah. I'm not a big steak plate
Oh, that's right.
person.
You like hamburger more than you like steak.
One patelle is $7.39.
Oh, I've never made patele, however you say it. So I don't know like how labor intensive it is, but I know like tamales are like labor intensive. Is it like that?
It's labor intensive. Yeah.
Don't hurt yourself.
Like Sam's.
That looks like a nice bento.
Mga market. So we stopped here because Kenji was hungry. So
Kenji always hungry.
Yeah, I guess Kenji was. This is kind of a neighborhood hub because whether you see it as a good thing or a bad thing, mostly good, Makakilo only has this on the hill.
To me, when I'm talking to my clients, or our clients I should say, about Makakilo, one of the major positives is that it's very residential, so you don't have, it's close enough to amenities, but without the transient energy of there being like a bunch of things up here that people are going to. So really at the bottom here, at the bottom of the hill,
everything. To some people outside of city shopping and living, the best, for all of that kind of shopping.
Yeah, Kapolei, right?
Kapolei. State buildings, if you got to go to court, all down the hill. There's everything you would need.
But Malama Market, it's at the very beginning of Makakilo, and it's your grocery. They have poke in there. They have hot bar.
And you're going to see your neighbors. You see people you know.
Yeah.
Similar to Ko'olina. So Ko'olina, there's really nothing there. It's sort of this homogeneous one way in, one way out area. Makakilo Drive, one road. And if you need to eat or do things, there's this market. There's ABC Country Market, right?
Yeah.
ABC Country Markets or whatever. But
Island Country something. It's the ABC store. Yeah.
the best ABC store.
Yeah.
With the best beef stew. And then here you have, look, he's cooking steak plates. You have rao rao. A lot packed into a small community hub. And a coffee shop.
And a coffee shop and the gas station. You are not bothered by people being in your area because there's a ton of stuff that people are trying to get to. But also, if you don't want to leave Makakilo, you don't have to.
Yeah, you can just, oh, babe, should I go grab some broccoli salad for the dinner tonight? Go, boom. On the positive side, when you come home, you can put gas.
You can't put
But
gas.
if you're the person that doesn't put gas on the way home and tries to put it on the way out when you're already late, I mean, there's never a good situation for being late and needing to put gas. But, you gotta come over here,
across,
put gas.
do a U-turn,
Do a U-turn.
Yeah.
It's not the best for that.
So, moral of the story, put gas.
Put gas.
Put gas.